Hello. Happy Friday. Hi, Eva. Steph, hello. Hi, Lynn. How are you doing today, my friends? You doing good? All right. I hope you guys are all having a good day so far. So yesterday was fun. I had some incredible feedback from a lot of you. And what I love the most is that a lot of you did the workout with your family, with, if you have young kids, your young kids joined in, or, your boyfriends or husbands just judged you as they watched you dance around. Luckily, I had no one watching me other than you guys. But yesterday was fun. So we'll definitely add another cardio dance class into the schedule because why not? Why not burn and feel good? Hi, Hayden. But I'm going to do a few polls this weekend just to see what you guys really like and what you want from your body. I mean, I can. Hayden, did you do yesterday's dance workout? I have an idea just from knowing you guys, you beautiful people, what type of workout you want. I know some of you want a little bit more sculpting of certain areas of your body. Some have requested more arms and stuff like that. So today we are going to do our foundation Pilates, our Pilates core and glutes. Hi, Jen. And it's going to be primarily core, but I wanna get into the top of our glutes and just sculpt a bit, get into our glutes and core, so working the full powerhouse area, the core and the glutes combined. And you don't need to worry about standing or, putting power yoga, please. Okay, thank you for the feedback, Lynn. I would love to have a power yoga class on here. Awesome idea. It will be what we're used to with power yoga up in Muskoka, so we'll do one of those. Maybe we'll plan for next week if you guys have a day in mind, or there's really no day, we don't even know what day it is. Happy Friday, by the way. I'll schedule that in for next week, which will be great. Powerful. Hayden, you want powerful? Okay, sure, we'll do powerful. So today, speaking of powerful, is Power Pilates. Power Pilates is a specific type of yoga, a specific type of Pilates. That is what I am certified in. So easy. Well, the thing is with my classes is you can go at any level. You can modify throughout the exercises. I'm constantly cueing and modifying throughout the hour. So take it as you can. I'm a guide for you. I'm a guide for you for movement and exercise, but I want you to listen to your body at all times. Stop when you need to and just enjoy it. Let's just move together and say we did something today, okay? So we're gonna start laying on our backs and then we're gonna get into our side kick series. If you're feeling, maybe before we begin, if you just let me know if you're feeling stiff or feeling tension anywhere in your body. In Pilates, I always focus on lengthening the spine as we increase strength in our core. So we will be doing some spine stretches. But if you wanna just leave a comment here before we really begin to let me know if there's an area of your body that you really want to focus on. And while I wait for your lovely comments, tomorrow I'm going to be doing my advanced booty sculpt class at 10 a.m. with a awesome woman, Daria, whose IG is the Sweat Series. You'll see me post about it later. So we're going to do a split live stream video, and I'm gonna run her through the Advanced Booty Series. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Again, that's at 10 a.m., not 12, but either way, it's gonna be up there. Wrists have been bothering you. Do you find that it's bothering you, of course, when you're working out or like even just throughout the day? Wrist, ankles, our joints. It's, it's so easily forgotten. And when we are putting pressure on our hands in my classes, I always like to warm them up prior to. What I used to do when I did acro was I used to tape my wrists with hockey tape or some sort of medical tape, mainly in workout, especially in plank. Okay, so I am developing something for that issue, but in the meantime, modify plank on your fist. Let's start. Modify plank in fist or on your elbows. I'll send you a message about what I mean. Let's start on our back. Enough is enough. Start laying on your back with your knees bent into your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins. Take gentle rocks side to side. I want you to just take a moment to imprint your spine into the mat, letting each side of your low back press down. Then begin with gentle circles around in one direction. And then go in the opposite way. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's place our feet down. Reach our arms straight behind us, extending through the spine, letting the ribs puff out. We're taking 3 full breaths here. Sigh out the air. 2 more. Breathe in. Let it go. 1 more. Big inhale. Exhale out. Wrap your hands around, hug your knees in, behind your legs. Begin to stretch the legs up. This may be enough for you. I want you to flex your feet and then try your best to get into an extension behind the knee, stretching it out. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bend the knees in and stretch them out. I know this may seem slow and you just want to get into the power. We want to make sure everything in our body begins to move so we can have maximum engagement and strength here. Crack your knuckles, your toes. All right, let's turn the legs out, bend the knees, and have the legs laterally turned out, coming into a happy baby pose. You may want to start here, grabbing onto your thighs just to assist in the release of the outer thighs and the inner thighs, the groin. And then maybe tip side to side, bringing that weight further down, opening up your inner thighs further. Alrighty, let's bring those legs down, down, down towards the wall in front of us. Let's take 2 full breaths with our hands on our rib cage. With your hands on your ribs, I want you to feel the breath going into the sides and back of your spine. Wrapping a 3-dimensional breath around your body. You're going to need that in order to build the power today. Beautiful. Let's bend those knees back in, placing the hands onto the hips, tilting the pelvis under, pressing the back into an imprint position. Return to neutral spine, a curve under the back, and go into imprint. We're going to 2 more times, focusing on shortening the core, keeping the shoulders in place. Once more, imprint here. Sorry, neutral, and then return to imprint. Hold there. Keep the shoulders where they are. I want you to notice the space between the shoulders and the ears, the chin and the chest. Take the hands onto the belly. Begin to suck in the core so much that you feel it engage. So good. All right, let's bring the hands behind the head, palm over palm behind the base of the neck, elbows wide. I want you to first press down into the back, press the mat into the back, suck in the core, now lift up into flexion, keeping the space between the chin and the chest. Keep the neck long, press the back even further into the mat, suck in, lift up. This is where you want to be in flexion. We don't want to look up onto the ceiling. We want to keep our eyes forward and the feet firmly onto the floor. Begin to pulse. Every time you pulse, suck it in. Let's go for 20. Keep exhaling. Try your best to keep the elbows wide. We're not cranking the neck. The neck is not even moving. The core is just shortening in. 10 more. We have 4, 3, 2, hold 1. Suck in, lift the right leg up to tabletop. Pulse 10 here. 9, I want you to keep the hips even here, evenly weighted down. Notice you want to lean to one side, maintain the imprint, keep crunching up for 5 and 4, for 3 and 2 and 1. Foot down, switch, crunching up and up. Keep sucking in for 5 and 4, 3, 2, hold 1, both legs up to tabletop, flex the feet, imprint, and let's pulse it. 10, 9, both legs straight up. Let's go up and lower. Crunch it up. If you need to bend the knees, soften the hips and hamstrings. Let's go for 5. Hold it there on 1. Let's drop that leg down. Lift it back up. Drop the other leg down. Lift it up. All right, so you can choose to lower your head here. Again, if you need to soften the legs, soften the knees to release tension in the thigh and hip flexor, listen to your body. If you feel popping or clicking, bend your knees. 8 more. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. We're beginning to build that power with our breath. 4 more. Keep sucking in the core. Last one each side. Bend the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the shins, gentle circles. Beautiful. All right, let's return to our imprint. Tabletop the legs, flex the feet. Keep those shins parallel to the ceiling, suck in the belly, arms up. Reach the arms back behind you, shoulders stay on the mat, return with the arms overhead. Stretch them back, exhale, inhale, center. Let's go 4. Inhale, center, 3. Inhale, center, 2. Inhale, center, last one, hold. Keep imprint with the back, keep sucking in with the core, return the arms, and then stretch the legs out. Squeeze the glutes, bend the knees back in. Stretch the legs out, squeeze the glutes, and bend the knees in. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and hold. Reach the arms back. Take a breath in. And exhale, tabletop. Stretch the left leg out. And reach the right arm behind, opposite arm, opposite leg. I want you to feel the left side obliques here, sucking in. Now bend the knee and arm back in. Stretch the opposite arm, opposite leg out, and return to center. We're targeting the side of the abs into the obliques right now. So as you stretch that leg, the muscle on the core is sucking in. Stretch the leg, oblique sucking in. Take it nice and slow. I know it kind of gets confusing with the arm and leg. Use your breath. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees into the chest, gentle rocks. Place the feet down. Keep them hip distance apart, toes facing forward, knees facing forward. Let's get heavy in the shoulders, and we're gonna lead with imprint of the spine. So we're gonna imprint, imprint, imprint. The feet are pressing so much, the hips keep lifting into our bridge. Yes, you may feel that stretch through the quads, especially if you did our class yesterday. Let's focus on the abs though. Let's keep the core in flexion, meaning we're imprinting with the back, squeezing the bum of course, lifting those hips up higher. We should feel no pressure in the low back. It should feel nice and long. We're not arching anywhere. Arms are down by the side, inner thighs are squeezing. We're holding the glutes strong. Full powerhouse is engaged right now, our core and our glutes. Let's pulse it up for 10, for 9, for 8, 7. It's just an engage, engage. 4, 3, 2, hold 1. Lift the heels up, lower the heels down, lift up, lower for 10, 9. Keep the core strong, keep the glutes engaged. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, heels down, squeeze the glutes, pulse the hips for 10 and 9. Keep the inner thighs squeezing. Don't let them separate. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll through the spine, bend the knees into the chest, and wrap the hands around the shin. Let's stretch that leg out. Find imprint. Find space between the shoulders and the ears, and stretch. Stretch and pull that leg in closer. That's where that leg's gonna go. It's not gonna drop. It's gonna bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Switch. Bend and stretch. Let's go for a 1. 1, 2, 2. Breathing in, breathing out, out. We're sucking in so much, we're feeling the core strength, feeling the abs work. Now you can keep your head here or move into flexion, breathing in, breathing out, out, in. 4 more. Last set, let's go. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend the knees, hands around the shins. Let's just make sure the neck's relaxed, no tension there. If it's so much on the neck, lower the head. You don't need to force anything, we can still work the core. Those arms are gonna stretch. We're in imprint, the legs stretch, we squeeze the bum. Wrap the arms around into a circle, bend the knees back in. Keep the shoulders where they are. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bend in. Inhale. Keep that imprint spine. We got 8 more. Three. And release. Let the head turn side to side. Alrighty. Let's bring those hands down. Lift the legs up. Let's bend the knees into tabletop, imprint the spine. Bring the legs out towards the wall and pull them back in. The legs are going out in front of us, and then those lower abs are pulling the knees back over the hips. Bring the legs further away, then use the abs to pull them back over the hips. Keep the shoulders pressed into the mat. Keep that imprint spine. Now you can choose to keep the knees bent here if that releases tension in the quads and hips. We don't want to hold anything. Now if you can handle more, you're going to stretch your legs up. You're going to squeeze your glutes as you lower your legs, and then you're going to feel like you're resisting the legs back into the body, pulling them up, toes over hips. Exhale, lower the legs, squeezing the glutes, and then the abs lift the legs back into the body. Let's exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Now I want you to keep your tailbone and hips plugged into the mat. Do not lift the hips up, off. There's no point here. Otherwise, let's just bend the knees, slowly pull out, and inhale. If you're looking for more, you're gonna lift chin to chest. We've got 4 more to go. Last one. Let's bend those knees back into a happy baby. Let the inner thighs, the groin, the hip flexor just release. And here we'll rock side to side. Here we can let the hips come up off the mat. Alrighty. Let's place our feet on the floor. Imprint, hands behind the head, and lift up into flexion. Bringing it deeper into the sides of the obliques here. But in order to do so, we have to keep those hips on the mat. We're not gonna rock the weight at all. We're gonna lift off the shoulder blades and twist. Back to center, off the shoulder blades, still we twist. Let's go for 10. The goal here is to stay lifted up high and twist through center. 4 more. Release. So good. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, getting deeper into those obliques again. Now you can choose to work here or return back to imprint, bending the knees in, turning the, putting the feet on the floor. Whatever works best for your body. I'm gonna lift up, I'm gonna find imprint, then I'm gonna lift, open up my knees. We're gonna pulse here for 10. 4, 3, 2, hold 1. Reach the arms to the knee, to the knee. We're shortening that waist body. Let's go for 10, 9. Keep looking forward, not up on the ceiling. Last 3, last 2, last 1, each side, and release. All right, one more on our backs. Let's stretch those legs up, softly bend the knees and bring the knees over the hips. Now we're gonna wrap that hand around the shin. You can keep the knees bent if that's more comfortable for your legs. I'm gonna stretch mine up. We're gonna inhale into flexion. We're gonna use our core to pull the leg in twice, and then that is where that leg is gonna stop. Pull it in, in. Pull 1, 2, 1, 2, and the pulling is from the core, not the hands. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. 8. Sharp exhale. 7. And the hands can come behind the head, elbows wide. 5. 4. Don't tip, stay in center. 2 more. Last one. Pause. Let's lower that leg down and lift it up. Lower it down, lift it up. So I heard popping in my knee, in my hips, so I'm gonna bend my knee. Exhale, inhale up, exhale, inhale up. Now if you keep feeling that pop, don't lower your leg as far. Just bring it an inch and return. All that return is coming from the core. Down, use the core to pull in. Down and in. 5 more. We got 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Release your head down, stretch your legs out, releasing the hips. Let the ribs puff out, take 2 full breaths. All right, let's bend our knees into the chest and rock ourselves forward. Stretching our legs straight out. We're gonna stretch behind the legs with an inhale up. A long hinge forward and then releasing the head down. Two more full breaths here. All right, with a round spine, roll up and bend those knees into the body. We're gonna do our half roll downs, articulating our C curve position. My knees are hip width, feet are firmly into the floor so they don't lift up. Hands behind the thighs and they're gripping tight behind my thighs. Shoulders roll up and down, your back, belly sucks in. This is your neutral where you're gonna inhale. Lead down your spine. Start with the chin to chest, roll through the top, and then through the middle, And then through the low back, sucking in the core, using the hands on the thighs to pull in opposition. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Suck in to lift. 2 more. Inhale up. Last time. Take your time, go really slow, exaggerating that curve position. Keep pulling on your arms, keep sucking in, round into the low back, tuck the bum under. And then lift up. Hands behind the back, soles of the feet. How are we doing so far, guys? Feeling good? We're gonna come to lay down on our side. Get prepped into our side kick series. I'm gonna start laying down. I'm gonna come to the edge of my mat. And I'm going to rest my head on my hand. You have a few variations. You can come all the way down to your shoulder, or you can rest your head on your hand. I prefer this, just keeps me focused. All right, so that other hand is in front of the chest. My legs are on a diagonal, so we're not in a straight line, we're on a diagonal line. This is our classical position. And that hand's in front of the chest and our core is sucking in. Let's lift that leg up, bring it to the front. Then we're gonna point it to the back and watch your body not move an inch. Squeeze the glute. Let's go to the front. Point the leg to the back. Need to move it over. All right, flex the foot front, point it back, squeeze the glute. So we are beginning to work the top of our glute muscle, but primarily we're working the core and the obliques. Okay, so I want you to think about that. I don't want you to let the core take over the legs. Really move the body with those abs. Now let's not drop that leg height. It's going front to back in one straight line. Let's do 2 more. To the front, sweep it to the back, squeeze the bum. Once more. Front to the back, squeeze the bum, and then return to your hover and turn the leg out. Point it up, flex it down. Point it up, flex it down. So don't drop it. Up and flex. Point up and flex. I want you to feel this right now in the side obliques into the belly button. So suck in that belly, flex it down. Now when I refer to lengthening, I want you to keep bringing that leg further longer to the corner than it was originally. So point it up and then reach it long to the corner as you lower. We're trying to grow the leg further past our supporting. 2 more. 1 more. Up. And then you're going to hover here. You're going to flex up and then you're going to point down. Flex up, point down. Flex, point. Flex, point, flex, point. 3 more. There, we hover. Turn it in, drop it in front, and then drop it behind. Let's go front and behind. Really use those abs here. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your leg, come up onto your elbow. We're going to use the last set of our side kick series to really get into those obliques, into the abs. So notice the alignment here, parallel, shoulder right over elbow, and those ribs are sucking up. Okay, so we're constantly strong in the torso, and that leg lifts. You can keep the hand in front of the chest to support yourself. Bend the knee if you need to. We're going to circle it in. So we should be pressing down on that supporting leg so much that our lower abs and obliques begin to fire up. Small circles. Again, if you need to bend and soften, that's okay. Of course, we're working our glutes, which should be burning. But I want you to think about those abs. Keep sucking in. 10 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Without moving the chest at all, stretch it behind and bring it around. Bend to the back, stretch, and then around. When I say back, it's just behind that leg, stretch, and then around. Are we dropping in the shoulder and ribs? Pull up. We have 2 more. 1 more. Stay at the back, circle in the opposite direction around. All right, so I don't move that leg, I really have to use my core. Getting into the opposite side oblique here to suck in. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bend and we stretch it in front, we wrap it around. Use those abs to not move the shoulders or upper body. 2 more. 1 more. All right, let's bend that foot. Turn the leg out. Now we're gonna bend, stretch, and we're gonna flex it down, getting into the core. That hand can come behind the head here. Bend and stretch, lower it down. Bend, stretch, lower it down. So you may be popping here, so I want you to keep that leg softly bent. Bend to your full extension and then softly stretch it down, just to avoid clicking in the hip. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower that leg down. We're gonna come up all the way onto our hand and our knee. We're gonna take a long side body stretch. And here we're gonna bend the legs. We're gonna lower the hips down just an inch, squeeze them back up. Lower down and up. All right, for those who have wrist issues or sensitivities, let's come up onto a fist. Okay, let's lower the hips down, squeeze it up. So this elbow is bending and pulling up. I want you to think about the side waist here. Resist down, squeeze up. Resist down, squeeze up. Resist down, squeeze up. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Now we're gonna stretch that leg out. Reach that arm out. We're gonna bend in, crunch, stretch it long. Bend, crunch, stretch it out. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We hold, arm above the shoulder, pulse the leg. 10, 9, think about those abs, suck it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down under the shoulders. Bring those knees back until we can level out the hip flexors and hover those toes. We're gonna get into our back. Let's first find the fingertips. So again, for those that have wrist sensitivity, now is a great time to put a lot of pressure into the fingers and palms. Elbows are gonna go wide, you're gonna press up. Elbows go wide, you're gonna press up. So our glutes and our core, our powerhouse, is what is moving us through this exercise. Down, core presses us up. 2 more. 1 more. You're gonna lower all the way down. Just have the legs tip side to side, releasing any tension here. All right, legs long by our side, hands by the ribs. Shoulders roll up and back. Now those legs are gonna anchor into the mat, and you're gonna suck your belly button into the spine. Belly sucks in, legs are pressing, hands are pressing. Now I want you to roll those shoulders back, using the hands to press you up. And then from here, grow your spine longer. Keep lengthening forward, 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 returning your forehead to a new place. Press your hands into the mat, suck in, and then lift up into extension. Keep using your hands to press. Don't arch the low back, grow long up, lengthen down. Last time. Inhale up, don't lead with your neck, eyes stay down. Return through tabletop, and we'll land in child's pose. You can keep your knees wide, feet together for the child's pose, or keep your legs together, whichever is best for your body today. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Last full breath in. And we'll join together on our side kick series, other side. So we're gonna start laying down, resting our head on our hand in front of the chest, legs on a diagonal. Set yourself up, find your abs, suck in. Now lift that leg up. We're gonna flex it forward, we're gonna brush it back, squeeze the glute. Flex it forward without dropping it. Straight line, send it back, squeeze the glute. Front, back, squeeze. All right, let's begin to fire up those abs and keep that leg, that supporting leg, pressing down into the mat. We have 3 more. One more. To the front, to the back, and now hover that leg right over the other. Turn it out at the hip. So the knee is now gonna face the ceiling. You're gonna point it up and then you're gonna flex it down. Point it up and then flex it down. Let's go back to that idea of lengthening. So you wanna grow your leg longer than the supporting. See the corner in the room over there? Lower it to there. Lift it up and then pull it, pull it, pull it. You'll feel that length all the way to the rib cage. Lengthen, pull up, and lengthen. If you feel popping, soften the knee. And don't go to that place where it pops. Stop right above it. I want you to begin to take those abs, okay, and pull them in. Right in the obliques, right in that supporting side oblique. 2 more. Point it up, flex it down. Now we're gonna flex it up and point it down. Flex it up and point it down. Flex up and point. Yes, I'm beginning to feel my glute, of course, but I want my abs to take over. Keep breathing. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1 more. All right, so now we are gonna come up onto the elbow. So let's just lower our leg down, up onto the elbow. Really emphasizing the abs here. So keep that alignment. Shoulder over elbow, abs pulled in. We're not sinking ever. Up. Now, let's bring that leg up in front of us. Keep that supporting leg down, suck in, circle around. You should feel the side of your obliques that are stabilizing you. Sucking in and strengthening. Just let your neck go, no tension holding. 10, 9, 4, 2, 1. We're gonna bend the knee to the back, stretch it out. Don't move anything, wrap it around. Bend the knee, bring it to the back to stretch, wrap it around. So go just behind the leg and then wrap it around. Don't move the torso at all. Keep sucking in. Keep sucking in. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold to the back, circle in the other direction without moving that supporting side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure we're not arching either. We're long through the spine, especially in the low back. Keeping it nice and neutral. Bend, bring it through center, stretch. Let's go 2 more. 1 more. All right, now we're gonna rest the leg. That hand can come either behind the head or you can keep it in front of the chest, and we're gonna lift the leg, turn it out. We're gonna bend and stretch and lengthen it down. Bend and stretch and lengthen it down. Get that core working. Only 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's come up onto either the fist or the hand to get into our waist. All right. So here we bend that elbow, pull it up. Cinch the waist, squeeze. Down and squeeze. Let's go for 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're gonna reach that arm overhead, stretch the leg out nice and long. Bend it in, crunch, stretch, bend and crunch, and stretch. 8, 7, keep your eyes where they wanna go. I like to look at my knee as I crunch. You can keep your eyes down if that's more comfortable. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna hold that leg, pulse it up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg, take a long side body stretch. Oh, so nice. All right, let's return back onto our bum. Legs out for spine stretch forward. So arms are out. Ooh, ooh. What happened here? Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. Anyway. Okay, let's get back to it. So we're sitting, legs are out, hip distance apart, arms are out, shoulder distance apart. Spine stretch forward is my favorite spine stretch. I really want you to focus on emphasizing the curve into the low back. So arms are out, the feet are flexed, shoulders roll back. We start with an inhale, chin to chest, and then as we begin to roll through the top of our spine, we reach our arms forward. As soon as we get to the middle of the spine, we suck in, we round into the low back, and we keep reaching. From the bottom of the spine, roll up to the top, breathe in. And exhale, roll, breathe out. Roll up. And exhale, round and breathe out. We'll do one more. Roll up. You're gonna bend your knees. And grab your shins. You're gonna hover those feet. Make sure you have room behind you. We're gonna rock back. So we're rounding into the low back and those feet are hovered. Now the elbows are wide and you're gonna just round through your spine. So I'm gonna go from the tailbone to the middle of my ribs. And then my core is gonna pull me back up to stabilize, okay? So round to the middle of your ribs and then the core lifts you back up. Try not to use momentum. We'll do 2 more. 1 more. All right, you can keep that or try open leg rocker with me. We're gonna stretch our legs out. You can keep the knees bent if that's more comfortable. I'm holding on to my ankles and my ankles are strong, holding back into my hands. Now, we suck in and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna rock back to the middle of our ribs. Core is gonna pull us back up, okay? Let's try for 5. Use those abs to pull you up. 4. Don't use momentum, use the core strength to lift you up. 2 more. Last one. Nice work. Bring those feet together, down in front of you, and roll down onto your back. Bend the knees into the chest and stretch them up, knees over hips. Let's return into our imprint. Now I want you to keep those hips even, tip them to the side. Right away we should feel the side obliques firmen up. Back to center, tip the legs, feel the opposite side oblique firm up. Arms can go to the side here, you're just gonna tip side to side. We're just getting into the sides of those abs. Let's go for 4 more. 3. We're gonna go into a full corkscrew. You can stretch your legs up here or keep them bent. Legs go to the right or to the side. This hip stays down. We bring the legs now down and around through center, squeezing the glute, going to the opposite side. Pull them back up, toes over hips. Other direction, just in line with the shoulder. Down and around, squeezing the glute in line with the other shoulder, and then back up. All right, let's keep going around side to side. Use that exhale to bring the legs down and around. Inhale at the top. 4 more. 3. Take your time. Use this slow exercise to suck in the abs, get into the obliques. This is such an amazing core workout. 2 more. Last one around. Each direction. Keep sucking in, keep sucking in. Keep those toes over hips, maybe bend the knees here. We're gonna move into jackknife. So those legs are gonna lower straight down. You're gonna squeeze your glute. You're gonna maintain imprint with the low back. And then those lower abs are gonna lift your legs back up, and you're gonna bring your hips up. And then you're gonna lower down, squeeze your glutes, and then lift your hips up. Exhale down, inhale up. 4 more. Last one. And bend the knees into the chest, gentle rocks. Let's find tabletop. Flex the feet, hands behind the thighs. Let's lift chin to chest. All right, our shoulder blades are off the mat. Let's suck in for our final crisscross. Let's cross and twist. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back behind the thighs. We lift off the shoulders and we suck in. Let's go for 8. Don't stretch the leg fully straight if you feel popping or clicking. Listen to your body. 2 more. Release. Let's stretch the legs out, release the hip flexors. Let's do our final core exercise together. Bringing the legs together, the feet together, and walking them further down your mat. Now let's keep those inner thighs glued and keep the feet pressing into the floor. Arms above the chest, imprint. First one, we're gonna grab the thighs. We're gonna roll ourselves up. Do you see how your feet wanna lift? You're not gonna let them. Roll down, and continue. We have 4 more. So I want you to stop as soon as your legs open, as soon as your feet lift off, okay? Find your body's place today. That may be right here, it's all good. We're building strength. All right, now we're gonna add on, we're gonna stretch that leg out, and our legs are gonna stay together. We're gonna roll up through the center line of our body up. The knees stay together, that foot stays on the floor, and we roll down. 4 more. Last 2. 1 more. And switch legs. Legs together, foot is on the floor, roll down, and up. We got 2. We have 1 more. Okay, our last together. You can keep your feet on the floor. You can join me with your knees lift, your feet lifted off. Knees can be bent. I'm gonna stretch mine up for the full version. Let's go. All the way, as much as you can. And rolling down. 3 more. Last two. Last one. Return onto your back with a full body stretch. Let's bend our leg, roll over onto our stomach. We're gonna stretch it out. All right, let's first start with our hip flexors, legs together. Rest your stomach on the floor for a moment, hands by the ribs. Now suck in, squeeze the bum. Eyes are gonna stay down. You're gonna inhale, lift up. We're gonna do two more. Last one. Inhale up. Through tabletop, back to child's pose. Walk your hands over to the corner. Push your palms into the mat or the carpet or floor, and then pull the ribs and the hips back to the other direction. Get that really long side body stretch. Maybe even grab your wrist here to feel that long pull. Lock your hands to the other side. Grip the hands and pull that hip back, pull the ribs back. Maybe grab your wrist to get that long stretch. Back to center. Let's roll through the spine and take some cat-cows. Let the belly drop, chin up, breathe in. Exhale, round. Keep going with your cat-cow. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Two more. Take your last full cat-cow. Find neutral. Grip the fingertips, tuck the toes into your downward dog. Ooh, this feels so good. All right, just sway it out side to side. We have some time. Let's go into half pigeon. So step your foot through center over to the opposite wrist. Slide that leg back. I mean, I might as well do it with you guys. I was going to do this anyway. Again, one of the many, many stretches I do a day. Hope you guys are feeling good, nice and long, strong in the core, strength in the glutes, and just feeling good, feeling like you moved, you breathe, you know, you have more energy, enough energy to go throughout your day. You know, it wasn't a total burn like yesterday and like tomorrow will be. So thank you for joining me through it. Take one more breath on the side of half pigeon. Hands down, slide yourself back with an inhale. I like to level out my hips here in high plank. Some people like to chaturanga. And back to down dog, where I'm gonna step that leg first through center, then bring it over to the opposite wrist. Find my supporting leg down. Foot against the, hand against the foot to use that to keep aligned. And then I slide back slowly. Never easy. And just the more we work out, the more it burns. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. So So again, join me tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to be with the Sweat Series Daria for my advanced booty class. So the screen's going to be split. It's going to be a little, it's going to look a little different. I don't know if I've had too much coffee or not enough coffee. I can't tell. Anyway, join me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you for joining me today. Let's finish off in our Power Pilates ending. Hands down, tuck the toe, bring yourself all the way back to downward dog. And now find your space with your core. Find your space with your head. Now see that center line through your legs, and without swaying side to side, walk your hands straight back. Ooh, walk your hands straight back. Straight back, straight back. Bend the knees, grab the elbows. And just sigh it out. Release. Flutter the lips. Shake out the head. Release the hands down. Keep heavy in the feet and roll up to stand. Nice and slow. Head up last. Inhale at the top. Exhale, sigh out the air. Let's bring those arms all the way down and roll our shoulders up and back for 5 and 4, for 3, for 2, small twisted 1. Reach those arms up. And sigh out the air. Roll those shoulders back. And back. And back. Thank you guys for joining me. Scream. Hayden, why are you screaming? That should be an exhale. Don't hold it in. Just exhale. Hawk. Thank you guys. Lots of love to you. Happy Friday. Oh, thanks, Laura. They are they're TNA. Good old TNA leggings. We've been wearing them, since Aritzia opened. But luckily they've improved and they've kept up with the trend, which is no more low rise, back to the high rise. So thanks guys for joining me on Friday. And I'll see you tomorrow. If you want a good Asper and booty sculpt, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a good Friday.